This week on episode 45 of the Odd Dad Out podcast, I've got some really dumb shoemakers, some really dumb criminals, and my wife is joining me because she's just all giddy with news today.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Beginning Odd Dad Out podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Odd Dad Out podcast, where normal is not my specialty. I'm your host as always, Adam Higgins, and tonight my wife is with me.
Hello!
Our little somewhat kind of not mom and dad show today.
Yeah, no.
Not mom and dad today.
This is not mom and dad today.
But this is the show where I kind of throw out my views and opinions of things and generally just make fun of stuff.
Make fun of you.
So, dear, as you actually volunteered to join me tonight. I'm recording very late. This would normally have been out today.
I can't. What time is it? I can't see the clock.
It's 10 o'clock. It's like 5 till 10 o'clock.
Oh my God, I'm gonna die.
It's okay.
So late.
It's so late.
But I'm excited.
You're excited.
So I have two things that I'm super excited about, and one of them is like super Texan, and the other one is like super anti-Texan.
Yeah, because you're kind of a little of both.
Because I'm kind of a little of both. Do you want the good news or not so good news? Cause
I don't know, the not so good news is very, what's the word, objective?
I guess.
It really depends on your perspective and things.
I guess. So, I absolutely hate the Cowboys. Always have, always will.
Yeah.
The Dallas Cowboys, let's be specific here.
Yeah,
Football teams. Okay.
Yeah, let's not be talking about John Wayne or anything like that.
I mean, I don't really like John Wayne either, but we'll save that one for later.
Yeah.
I don't like the Dallas Cowboys. I think they're pretentious. I think that they are really riding on a name. Yeah,
they're just kind of the whole team is just kind of, yeah, I guess pretentious is the best thing.
They're just pretentious.
It's like, it's America's football team. I don't like football, and I like the Cowboys are just kind of full of themselves.
Yeah, I don't know. So they were in the playoffs, and yes, they got one round farther than my dear Raiders, but we lost Derek Carr, and had we not lost Derek Carr, would have been just fine. But then we had the second string quarterback came out, and he got all like stupid and got crazy, and he got hurt too. So we were basically on third string. Anyway, I digress.
It was like the Cardinals a couple years ago when they were on a fourth string quarterback at one point because they done crippled.
Basically, we were
the
about
Broncos
to have to
crippled everybody in one game.
We were about to have to pull somebody out of the crowd, be like, "Hey, can you throw a ball?" Because fuck.
Okay, do you have a prison record? Can you throw a football?
Throw a football.
You're hired.
But so anyway, the Raiders got kicked out. Cowboys went on, and they had to play the Packers. And with 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter, they lost. I'm so happy. It was the best feeling ever. And then seeing all of the like angry Texan memes today is just fantastic.
That's been hilarious.
People are like, I'm boycotting cheese for forever. It's great. Yeah. I love it. It makes my heart
Texans
so happy.
Would do something that idiotic too.
Yeah, kind
of. Like, I'm boycotting cheese. You can't have Mexican food without cheese.
I know, right?
Really.
You want queso or not? Because queso is life.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of the best feeling ever. Especially because there's one guy at work who has been continually giving me shit about me being a Raiders fan.
Yeah.
And he's a Cowboys fan. So I was so hoping he was going to be at work today, but he wasn't. So I have to wait till tomorrow to give him lots and lots and lots of crap.
Oh, yeah. It's like anytime the Cowboys lose, like, really hard, it's just, you have to give them so much shit because Cowboys fans are worse than, like, they've got bigger egos than the team.
Oh my God.
They're just so like
bad.
So diehard about a team that's just completely full of themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so are the people who are Cowboys fans.
That's what I said. The fans are more pretentious and more uptight and like about the Cowboys than the team is.
Yeah. Not like in their daily lives, but like about the team.
Cat interference.
Cat interference.
I don't get this when I'm in studio. I lock her out of the room.
That's why.
It's like, yes, I have no child interference and no cat interference normally because I normally do this in studio and we are out.
Yeah.
We're in the mom and dad studio space today.
The mom and dad studio space.
The mom and dad studio space has
AKA
animals.
the couch.
Yep, we are on the couch. Where the cats and the dog and the boys frequently interfere. See, she's interfering because you're supposed to be in bed.
I know. Oh well.
Oh well.
She'll get over it.
Yep.
I mean, she won't.
She won't. She's going to sit there and pester us until you go to bed because that's just what she does.
But, yeah. So I'm very happy.
Yes.
The second thing.
And that's actually the bad news. And it's only...
Yeah, that was the quote-unquote bad news. And it's only bad if you're a Cowboys fan. Which, if you are, sorry.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, not sorry. The most amazing news I've probably ever received in my entire life.
That's really a major statement to make.
I'm comfortable making it.
Okay.
I feel like it's accurate.
Okay.
Most amazing news ever received in my entire life. So, for those of you who don't know, there are very few things that really define a Texan as Texan. Like, we all say y'all. It's kind of just what we do.
Well, to be fair, that kind of spread. My sisters who grew up here say y'all. But anyway.
You know, we have H-E-B. I don't know what grocery store y'all use, but we have H-E-B.
You know what grocery store we use.
Out here, yeah, but...
You've been here for 7 years.
Anybody else? I don't even know. Do y'all have, like, grocery stores? I don't know. But...
Yeah, outside of Texas, like, when Texans leave and go to... It's like, you have more than one grocery store?
Like, yeah.
Like, I need to go to H-E-B. Where's what?
I just wanted to go to H-E-B. There's one grocery store in every town, and that's it.
That's it. It's H-E-B for pretty much the whole state. There's small pockets out, like, as you get far, far west and far, far north. But really, it's all H-E-B for, like, 75% of Texas.
Mostly, yeah. And then, of course, Whataburger.
Yes.
Which is, like... I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like a Texas food group.
Yeah, pretty much.
You've got dairy, you've got grains, you've got Whataburger.
Yeah. Well, no. The Texan food groups are Dairy Queen, Whataburger, and the source of your news today.
I'm so excited!
Bluebell Ice Cream.
So, Bluebell a while back got pulled off of every shelf in the entire planet for forever. And they were
But like Willy Wonka forever. Not
like Willy Wonka forever, yeah.
Like, not just a really long time.
But they were like, you know, we don't know if we're ever going to come back. We don't know if we can. Because basically what happened is, you see, what had happened was, some people got listeria and died. Yeah. It's tragic.
There were, I mean, it was like a widespread, they found, I don't even know what the eventual, like, cause of it was. Listeria. Because they found, like, listeria bacteria in just about every plant they had.
Yeah.
That's why they shut
every single plant
down. Nationwide.
Like, completely down.
Yeah.
Completely. Like, the plant here is abandoned.
Yeah.
So... I guess earlier last year.
I think it was about a year and a half after the shutdown and everything.
Yeah, it was early last year. They reopened a couple plants. And by a couple, I mean like maybe one. Yeah,
like one or two in a very small area. I think it was like East Texas got it first.
No, it was like Georgia.
But it was like because the East Texas plant opened up and so it was like it was like that like very first plant they had. It was like
so they were able to start producing again, very, very small quantities. Yeah. It was like, you know, mostly just vanilla and chocolate was all you could get.
Hey, there's a reason that their vanilla and chocolate are the best.
Yeah.
You don't need anything else.
You guys, like, I can't even explain to you the, like, level of pandalirium that happened when they put Bluebell back on the shelves in Texas. They had to limit people to the amount of ice cream you could buy per household because people were, like, stockpiling like it's the freaking ice cream apocalypse, which I completely understand. I level with that. Like, I get it.
There were pints of Bluebell going on eBay for like $300-400.
Yeah. And people were buying it.
I was like, I don't care. I'll buy it. You were trying to.
Yeah, we had a thing of Bluebell when they recalled it. And I was like, I'm not throwing my Bluebell away. It'll kill me. I'm okay with that. Like, at least I'll die happy.
Yeah.
So I totally get it. But on a whim, I decided to visit their website this evening just because I miss them so very much.
Which you kind of do on every now and then.
I do every now and then.
You're one of those people that it's like,
once a month.
When are they coming back? What's the extent of how much are they growing? What's going on?
Yeah. It's like,
hey,
once
when are
a
you
month,
coming back to Arizona?
Once a month, or maybe once every 2 months, I'll check in on their website, email them, please come back, please come back, please come back. Call them crying, why aren't you back yet? It's been like a really bad breakup.
Yeah.
But I saw on the website tonight that they are officially coming back to Arizona on March 6th. I'm so excited. I literally cried.
She literally cried.
I literally cried. Tears of joy. And then I put it in my planner and put all kinds of stickers around it and made it nice and big and happy so that I know on March 6th we can have real ice cream again.
Yeah. Because we've been eating Blue Bunny.
Blue Bunny. What?
Okay, you're acting like you don't enjoy Blue Bunny ice cream.
It's okay,
it's
but
good.
It's not Bluebell.
Yeah, it's the next closest thing we could get out here, and I will straight up say Blue Bunny really squeezed into they stole Bluebell's market share out here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the name's close.
Yeah, pretty much.
But it's going to be...
It'll be 11 days before our anniversary, so it's the perfect anniversary present.
Yep.
Thank you, Bluebell. I'm so happy. I
will admit I'm looking forward to it because you don't like strawberry, but their strawberry is the most awesome strawberry there is.
And we were talking about it. I don't even know what flavors we're getting yet. I don't know if we're going to get the full assortment of flavors they have been able to bring back thus far.
Yeah.
Or if we're going to only get vanilla and chocolate.
I know. I was like, are we just going to be reduced to homemade vanilla and Dutch chocolate? It's like, oh, we get Great Divide too because it's the same two flavors together.
Which, I'm okay. If all I can get is vanilla, that's fine. I'll take it. I don't care. Just give me Bluebell.
Yeah.
I just want it.
Yeah. It's like, and I know we're gonna be paying that premium price for it.
Oh, it's gonna be like $8 or $9.
Yeah. But
I'm sure.
Yeah. But you know what? It's worth it to have it back because it's been a while. God, what was that? 2012? I think it was like 2012.
No.
When it all shut down, it kind of feels like it.
No. Pretty sure it was like 2015.
No, it's been longer than that. It was down for a while. Fine, Google it. I think it was like 2012, 2013. But
okay, Google.
She's gonna.
When did Bluebell shut down? It was in 2015.
Really?
Yeah.
It really
in early March of 2015.
It felt like it was longer.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've had more than one summer vacation where we went back to buy Bluebell.
We have 2015, 2016. We're getting it back.
Well, they wouldn't have been shut down. If it was March of 2015 when they shut down, they would not have had it our summer vacation of 2015.
I mean, you do realize that people kept it because it's Bluebell.
Yes, but I remember
going to throw away Bluebell.
I remember we bought it for one hotel, and we got the sister-in-law bought it for us while we were there. We purchased once, and it was purchased for us once.
No,
it really feels like it's been longer than that. Oh,
2015. issued a series of recalls.
Okay.
I was right.
Okay. Really seemed like it was longer. Anyway. So. But yeah, there's like, I'm hoping there's a good flavor. And then stuff like all of the cones and the popsicles and stuff.
You want to hear a fun fact?
Maybe.
Despite being sold in a limited number of states. Remember, this ice cream killed people, y'all. As of 2015, Bluebell is the 4th highest selling ice cream brand in the United States as a whole. And it's only being sold in the southern states.
Yeah.
And it killed people.
And it killed people. That is the biggest thing. Is that straight up people died from the Listeria contamination in Bluebell. Was it like 15 people died or some shit like that?
I don't remember how many
it was a good number of people. Like yeah, you've got to shut down your factories. We're going out of business. Sort of problem.
3 of the 5 patients.
I thought it was more than that. I thought it was like people all.
There were 5 cases were discovered. 3 of them died.
I could have sworn it was bigger than that, but okay. Maybe it was somebody else's outbreak. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else's contamination here.
Possibly.
There have been a lot of those food related things lately. So
yeah,
in the last few years, there's been a lot of food contamination issues. But so your peanut butter has salmonella in it. Like, how the fuck did you get salmonella in your peanut butter? But yeah, that's and this is why you eagerly volunteered. You eagerly volunteered to join me to make fun of the Cowboys, and then you were the Bluebell thing. You're like, oh my god! That's great.
That's exactly what I sounded like. I will own that. That is exactly what I sounded like.
She was actually crying.
I'm not lying. I did cry.
It's not an exaggeration. She was actually crying. It's like I'm sitting here writing, and I look, and like I just hear it. Are you fucking crying?
I'm just so happy.
And my phone starts blowing up from her posting all this Bluebell stuff on Facebook, and
this is kind of the best day of my life ever.
Okay. So, ice cream stories aside, I think I'm going to take a break here, take my little Potter and Family promo break, and I will be right back with the news. I'm Adam.
And I'm ReAnna from the Mom and Dad Cuss a Little podcast. After 7.5 years and 4 little boys, we've learned a few things about the parenting game and are here to share it with you. We definitely don't know everything, but we tell it how it is, chaos, messes, and all.
So, if you like your parenting shows without all the sugar-coated unicorns, subscribe to Mom and Dad Cuss a Little on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, or wherever great podcasts are found.
Want to know the story behind Potter and Family? Potter and Family started with a hashtag for indie podcasters. The podcasters who do this for fun and because we're passionate. We're not the big podcast you hear about, most likely. We don't have 10 to 15 people helping us with production. But that doesn't mean the quality and content you're getting isn't as good as any of those shows. Is there an area of interest you like talking to people about? Listen to an indie podcast on that topic. The hosts are incredibly reachable. We're basically clamoring to hear from listeners. We're just as much your fans as you are ours. No matter what you're interested in, Potter and Family's got a show for you. Like movies and TV? Check out the Epic Film Guys, the Something Something Cast, the Boxers, or the Countdown Movie and TV Review. Do you like comedy? Check out Everyone Has a Podcast, The One Word Go Show, Afterburn 739, Now That I'm Older, Rick and Paul Heal the World, or Off in the Weeds. How about random trivia and fun facts? Check out The Endless Knot, or The Story Behind. Like comic books and geek culture? Check out Geek Yogurt Podcast or Little Geek Lost. I could go on, and believe me when I say there are a whole lot more where that came from. But you can find all these and more by searching the hashtag Potter and Family on Twitter.
Bullshit from the news.
Okay. you're going to join me for the news tonight? Because this is going to be... It'd be interesting having somebody else making fun of these people with
Do you
me.
have like the news music?
It's not really news music, but if you listen to the show now and then, I do have a little news music thing that I do.
Oops.
But yeah, I know. It's been since I started doing the news stuff and this whole segment with bumps and stuff that I've had to, produce new stuff. She hasn't been listening to the show in a while.
It's just not my kind of show.
I haven't been as nerdy. It's been much more making fun of news crap. But anyway. So, first up tonight, and I think you're going to get a kick out of this one. There is a lawmaker in Germany who's trying to get a law passed to subsidize prostitution for the elderly and those in need. Because
they'll give it to you like it's their last time.
Well, here's the thing: is that they legalized prostitution in Germany a few years back.
Oh, so you could go make a killing.
Shit up. But I guess they're looking at it in terms of I think Switzerland or Sweden or somewhere has a law where, like, if you have a medical need. Like, you can prove a medical need and inability to pay for your own prostitute, that the government will subsidize the cost
I have a question.
of the prostitute. Okay.
Do you get, like, a punch card? And after, like, your 8th visit, you get one free? Or
I don't know. I'm thinking this is like Medicaid. I don't know. I'm thinking this is like your Medicaid whore card. I don't know. I mean, it's like in those other places with legalized prostitution where it's heavily regulated and all that sort of stuff. And so it's like, I imagine they probably have, it's like, oh yeah, it's covered by my HMO. If you're into that sort of thing.
If you're into that. Oh, God.
But the fact
That's
that they're
hilarious.
not, but it's funny. What's worse is it's not an original idea for them. They're like, hey, the guys next door have subsidized prostitution. We should totally do this.
Oh my, the guys next door do it?
It's like I said, like Sweden or Switzerland or whatever. I don't have the article pulled up right now and my phone's about to die. But
that's unfortunate.
But, it's like country next door has subsidized prostitution for those in need.
That's hilarious.
So they want to do it too. Like, all right, Germany, that's a way to remove that stick up your ass image. I'll give you that.
I mean,
if you're into that,
if you're into that,
maybe that's what they're subsidizing. I don't know.
Free sticks for everyone.
Any more remarks on the German hookers?
9.
Okay. And I showed you this one earlier. A company has had to recall their entire line of boots after they discovered that the tread marks left swastikas on the ground.
Speaking of Germany.
Oh yeah, speaking of Germany. Totally didn't do that on purpose. I swear, I pull stories when I do this, and for whatever reason, a lot of them end up connected by really ironic twists. I did not mean to do that, but it happens.
Those boots, man. Who, like...
If you look at the pattern on the boot, it looks kind of like a flower.
Yeah.
And then when you're like, oh, fuck. It was like...
But how did they not, like...
I mean, who's going to test what it looks like on the ground? It's like part of the tread leaves an imprint and part doesn't. So you're left with this very, very clear swastika, even facing the right way. But very clear swastikas on the ground when you are leaving tread marks. Who tests that, though? I can't 100% fault them for it. It's utterly ridiculous.
Like somebody should be at fault for it. Like, who gets away with this shit? Like,
even they didn't get away with it. They recalled every pair.
Well, I know, but they... Like, who in the company was like, oh yeah, this will be a good design to put on the bottom of it. Yeah, we should do that.
And the model were called military-style combat boots.
Oh, no.
So they were literally like military combat boot style with swastikas on the bottom.
Oh, no, that's so bad.
When I first heard about the story, I thought it was like, oh, somebody bought, the way that was originally, I heard it, was like, they bought these boots online and they saw swastikas on the bottom, and I found out, oh no, this is just a really dumb design. I thought it was like, oh, someone bought something on eBay and found out that it was like World War II memorabilia, like memorabilia or something. And like, oh no, this is just some dumb designer who didn't realize that he made Nazi boots. I can't 100% blame him. It's like, who tests what the tread looks like?
I mean, that's kind of like a thing, though. Like, you want to have cool tread that leaves, like, funny marks or cool
if
marks.
You're going for that. If you're making combat boots, you're making...
were, if they put, like, weird little designs on the bottom. Well, they wanted it to leave some sort of a mark. Otherwise, they would have just put, like, generic non-skid.
Well, most work boots have kind of like a cross shape pattern, and for the most part, a lot of them are like almost are trademarked. Like, oh, our particular tread is trademarked.
Well, they can't trademark that one. Someone already took it.
And so I think they took like the standard cross, because like I said, it looks kind of like a flower petal. The way it's like a 4-petal flower.
Very messed up flower petal.
Yeah, it's a messed up flower petal. It's an inverted flower petal.
Gosh, that's just bad.
It is. Okay, here's our first dumb criminal. Because the Jackass of the Week segment is it's generally just dumb criminals. But first, I'm going to give this one the runner-up for the week. Man buys hundreds of newspapers to hide the fact that to hide his DUI arrest in the blogger, or the blotter. So, guy gets arrested. Apparently the guy did not cooperate when they were like booking him and everything. He didn't want his photo published. He did not want it known that he got arrested for a DUI. I don't know. He was just some schmuck. But he did not want his... I
mean, if he's buying up that many newspapers, he's gotta have some sort of money.
Yeah, I kind of have to assume like he's some, fancy businessman or something like that. Somebody where it would look really bad if he got arrested with a DUI.
I think I vaguely heard this story before.
Yeah. But he bought up a shit ton of newspapers, every newspaper he could find from everywhere he could find, to cover up the fact that he had a DUI, because he didn't want it, because his picture and name and all of it were in the paper.
Yeah.
And completely forgot the fact that this was also published on the paper's website. And so it was all on the internet anyway, so how many people really were buying those papers?
Right. Can't buy the internet.
Can't buy the internet. Steve Jobs. Sorry. I don't know.
He just made the internet.
I don't know. It was just the first tech name that I thought of. He's dead. He's not going to sue me.
I mean, he might.
You never know what Steve Jobs is going to do.
He's like Tupac. He might.
Yeah, no. He's not dead. He's sitting there on the island with Tupac and Michael Jackson and Elvis. Okay. Last one. And this is officially the Jackass of the Week, which I really need to make a big announcement. Boomy something dun, 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 for.
Or like the bell in boxing, the ding ding ding, to show the winner,
I know, that makes them sound like they've accomplished something worth celebrating, not being a complete dumbass.
I mean, this person had to get inventive.
I will give her that. Okay, the Jackass of the Week. A woman tried to smuggle her boyfriend out of jail in a suitcase. And by tried, I mean damn near made it. So
how? From my impression, like, I've never been to prison. I've never been to a prison. I assumed that it was like in the movies where one person is on one side of the plexiglass, the other person is on the other side of the plexiglass, and those are your visitation rights. Like,
so
how did they logistically get him in the suitcase?
So let me pull this up, because this is actually really fun. So you can see the suitcase. It was like a pink shell suitcase. Mm-hmm. Apparently, she arrived, I guess they had an overnight, like, conjugal visit type thing. I would say but like an overnight visit. So she shows up with her suitcase, with her stuff, and their 6-year-old daughter.
In the suitcase?
No.
Oh.
But that would just really complicate things. But she shows up with their 6-year-old daughter in a suitcase, and apparently this is completely normal
For a conjugal visit?
For the, I guess they do overnight visits in this prison. So, girlfriend and daughter show up at the prison to visit dad, and they shove him very curled up as you get to see right there.
Yeah.
Inside, and what's funny is in the picture, I know he's not very tall, but he's curled up pretty good. But what I find funny is the clothes is still in the suitcase.
I know.
But like, damn, dude, you got in there tight. But, and I'm gonna have the pictures posted up in the show notes because this is worth seeing. But
we couldn't do that with you. You can't go to prison. Our suitcase isn't big enough.
No, I'm too tall for that.
Yeah,
I can curl up pretty tight, but that's too. But I'm also not going to prison, so we're okay.
I mean, I'm saying, like, if it happens.
Yeah. If you frame me for something and send me to prison. But...
I wouldn't frame you for anything.
Okay.
It would be a legitimate thing. Like...
What am I going to do to go to prison?
I don't know. What are you going to do? It's you. You're the one. Okay. Premeditated over here. Shit.
But, yeah. So, yeah. He rolls she's rolling the suitcase out. And the guards... see she's having a hard time rolling the suitcase, which, like, never mind that she had no problem rolling it in, but she's having a hard time getting the suitcase rolled out as she's leaving. Mm-hmm. So the guards come along to help her.
Oh, Lord.
And they go and pick up the suitcase, and boom, and it falls open, and there he is.
Really?
Yeah. Because you don't, it's like, it's one thing to roll it on the ground, but they go and
like
pick it up.
Like it happened like it does in cartoons, where it opens and he fell out.
Yeah, like damn near, yeah. Is that yeah. Like, why the hell is this so heavy? And it pops open, and there's guy crammed into tiny little pink roller suitcase.
Wow.
Yeah. Because people are
so
fucking
now they're
dumb.
both in prison.
Yes, now they're both in prison. And if you see in the picture right here with them and the suitcase, they're both in cuffs. Which is just fucking great.
Oh my goodness.
It's like, you're a dumbass. Y'all are stupid. But it's sorry. Absolutely deserving of Jackass of the Week. I don't know what kind of sound I would have. I need to come up with a sound for that.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. Okay. So I'm going to take my last break here.
Okay.
And I will be back with my recommended listening.
What's happening with the new man? What's happening to the new man? What's happening with the new man? I don't know the song about the new man.
Hey, it's the new man. If you're looking for a new podcast to check out, why not check out What's Happening with the New Man, with the crazy mad scientists from Australia talking about all sorts of things from gardening to cooking to life at home with your kids. What's Happening with the New Man podcast is the one for you. Check it out now. It's on iTunes, What's Happening with the New Man, also on Podbean and all your social media pipes. Make sure you press the subscribe button so you don't miss an episode. You don't want to miss this hilarious podcast from Australia, What's Happening with the New Man.
The Epic Film Guys podcast is a film comedy podcast with two best friends celebrating everything we love about going to the movies. We've got great beer, amazing guests, and quirky characters unlike anything you've ever heard before.
Well, I just assumed you were drinking that chocolate stout that you were going to make with the cheapest crap chocolate ice cream and a Miller Lite. I remember being a young man and my mother telling me I didn't have a name because I was illegitimate. I don't know what that word means. Never be sorry on the Epic Film Guys podcast. Never be sorry. Cut in, talk over.
I'm sorry every time I finish doing an episode.
I didn't hear that, Nick. Don't bring it up yet. I'm not supposed to come out till like the end of the episode.
Subscribe to the Epic Film Guys on iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker, or your favorite podcast app. And we'll see you at the movies.
And I'm back. This week I am recommending the Epic Film Guys podcast, which has absolutely become my go-to when it comes to like movie news and it's not even like a lot of my nerdy movie stuff that I listen to is very general purpose nerdery that includes movies. This is just a couple of guys who are best friends who argue like an old married couple similar to my wife here. We are, and by the way, I cut her mic, but You don't care about them. But she's over here giving me mean looks. But yeah, they argue like an old married couple, and it's really funny. But they are super knowledgeable with film stuff, and they give, general purpose. You're getting your movie news and, reviews of what's coming out, and it's just, I would not think you could fill 2 hours with that material. But they do it, and they don't have a lot of crap filler. Now, I will say they might sideline on a tangent talking about a particular actor or something.
Hot meat kettle.
Okay, for your sake.
Rude.
There you go. So they can hear you bitching at me. But I know I get sidetracked, but, they might go off on a slight tangent about a particular actor or a particular movie or a particular thing about a movie, but they give quite in-depth information when it comes to what they're discussing. And they'll do these whole episodes devoted to, like, kind of mini episodes devoted to just, like, reviewing a single movie. So, even if you don't agree with them, you can at least agree with their information. And typically, they don't agree about things between them. So you got, like, the one guy who's really into musicals and emotional shit, and then the other guy who's a big horror fan, and who...
Enunciate.
Horror fan.
I mean, unless he's moving to Germany.
Yeah, unless he's moving to Germany. But they also... This is one of those shows where it's two friends drinking beer talking about something they love to talk about. Because they always open the show with the "What are you drinking?" segment, and they're, for all intents and purposes, they're beer snobs. But they're always talking, they open the show with "What are you drinking today?" and usually bitching about somebody else's garbage. But yeah, it's a fun show, and I would say epic film guy Nick he's like the father in the Pottern family. If you could say in the Pottern family that there is a mother and father, Nick would absolutely be the father. And he is the voice that you hear repeatedly through those promos. And he's the one that puts them together. But yeah, they are just, they're a hilarious show to listen to from a movie podcast standpoint. And, dear God, just, no more Hobster. But absolutely, if you are into movies at all, not just like comic book stuff or anything like that, but general movies, they've talked a lot about the movie Fences that just came out. They're going through a whole big thing right now with award season coming up. They did a whole breakdown of the Golden Globes recently. They just did their best of 2016, which they were like, everybody's doing a best of list right around New Year's. We're going to wait a couple weeks. But they did their best of 2016, which absolutely should listen to. But yeah, it's my favorite movie podcast. And I think just about everybody in the Pottern family ecosystem listens to these guys. I know, I realize you're not part of it, dear. But
How am I not part of the family when I'm part of the family?
You do not participate yourself. It is much like on our show. You are talent and I am the everything else of the show. You come in, you do the show, peace, and you're gone. Much like right now. I only plugged in the mic so you could talk crap, and then you got all quiet.
Because you started talking about the show that I don't listen to.
I know. And you don't talk movies. I do.
Exactly.
I'm a big movie guy. And these guys are really awesome, and they're funny. Even if they sit there talking about beer for the first 10 minutes of this show. But
cool.
If you're into movies and silly guys and sort of snobby beer, then...
Said the food snob.
I'm not a food snob.
Oh, lies and slander.
I'm not a food snob. But if you are a movie person, or you just like knowing ahead, because it's a great resource for if you want to check out a movie, they give you biased information, but they give unbiased information. So it's like, here's our opinion, here's the facts, so you can listen to them and base can use their review as legit information to build your own opinion. I think I said something as much when my iTunes review for them. But yeah, you should check out the Epic Film Guys podcast at epicfilmguys.com and check any of their reviews and all their fun stuff. And along with them, if you are into podcasts and indie stuff, much like me and much like my other shows.
If they're not into podcasts, why are they listening to a podcast?
Why are they listening to my ass? I don't know. But if
what is blue and is
what is
the
blue
sky?
And is the sky? But yeah, if you are interested in indie podcasts and movies, absolutely check out the Epic Film Guys. Or if you're just into movies, and you should just totally listen to this podcast because they're great guys and they're funny as hell. And yeah,
peer pressure. You
should check out the Epic Film Guys and follow #PodernFamily, because when you do that, you will, all these, other than RuPaul last week, these are all independent shows that I've been talking about. They're all part of the Podern Family ecosystem. And
you talked about RuPaul last week?
Yes, last week's recommended listening, because you don't listen to the show. Last week's recommended listening was actually What's the Tea? It was kind of a double shot with What's the Tea and Hurricane Bianca, because I was discussing our Scrabble night.
I totally won.
You totally lost.
Shut up.
We were terrible, but you lost. Anyway. But that's going to do it for me tonight, because we need to go to bed. And this is going up late. And that's too bad.
It's real unfortunate.
It's real unfortunate. You don't care.
I care a little.
You care very little, especially on my show.
I mean, I love you. You're pretty.
Yeah, that's why I don't do this in video.
I'll listen to this show.
You'll listen to this one because you're on it. And you might go back and listen to last week because I talked about RuPaul.
I might.
But anyway, you're my wife. You get tired of hearing my voice. I understand.
It's true. I don't want to hear your voice when I'm at work. It's my only escape.
When you're not at work, I'm at work. What's the difference? But anyway, that's going to wrap it up for me tonight. Remember, you can always go back and check out past episodes and all my fun little rants that I've posted at odddadout.blogspot.com. And follow me on Twitter and Facebook at odddadout, obviously. And I will have all of the, on the website, I will also have going up the listing of all the recommended listening shows that I'm posting up. And any input, my dear, before we go?
I want this t-shirt.
You want the Bluebell t-shirt?
No.
What is the t-shirt you want now?
It says Les Miserables as fuck.
Oh my god, you're a theater nerd. Okay.
Duh.
And remember, you can always subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher and Google Play and Spreaker and lots of other fun places. And again, there's links to that on the website, because you can do it all from the website. And until next week, I'm Adam Higgins, the Odd Dad Out, and that is my wife over there.
Hello. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you, and good night.
Good night.